Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is a new icon. Okay, so to start again, so the ATT changes impact a lot of things, not only the UA side, because currently marketing is based on events. And if we can't track the audience for the longer period of time, we have only one day to track the events. So if your machine learning and campaigns are able to only track for the one day, you have to design the game in that way that it can do the most impactful events within the first 24 hours. So that's not only UA side, but also the design of the game and everything else. So, and to be true honest, it won't get better because in January there will be also changes on the Google side. Even if they will be better, it won't be better than its current state, you know. So be prepared for that. So to change a bit my definition of live operations, because for most of the companies, live operations is only the events, running live events, and some kind of special offers to the players. For me, live operations is everything after the post release of the game. So not only events, but also design tweaks, design changes, data analytics, ASO, everything. So that's my definition of live operations. And post-live operations is only retirement of the game. For example, Almighty is retired, but we also have their automated events to drive revenue from the players that still downloading the game, okay? Everything starts from the player life cycle because you have to get, this is a typical retention curve for the all player base. And I tend to, when I'm trying to design few things, I have to target right time of the user cycle. So for example, day 0 to day 7 is the focus of the first impression of the game. So when we try to target and fix the KPIs of the day 0 to day 7, we tend to focus on the quality of product, on loading, on the art style, on the music, on the sound, on physical feedback, etc., etc. Everything that quality matters, you know. Later on, day 7 plus, it's a midterm retention for me. And this is like a test for your meta design. If it has enough of progression systems, if it has enough vectors of different system, maxim stuff, etc. Day 30 plus is only social. It's like in Almighty, I like to say about this, in Almighty we have guild for 5 years. The game wasn't designed in that way that players will play 5 years long. And in databases, they overcome the int numbers. So they destroyed the whole guild system because they just played together to speak together on the chat. That's the retention. And here are the goals about I told. So the main goal of the live operation is to drive the maximize of lifetime revenue of the user along his journey, from the very beginning to the very end. The longest player stays and the longer is he engaged, the higher LTV numbers he will turn. And as I told you before, on the different player life cycle, there are different kind of things that player engage. For example, the music is the first impression, like the previous talk, and all the other things like loading times, etc. It's a first impression on site, and it has the biggest impact because when we are analyzing funnels, we see that the biggest drops are actual on the biggest chokes of the game, you know. And I will start to talk about the trends of 2023, and later on I will showcase how do we approach our live operations. Okay, so to talk about the trends of the live operations nowadays, we have to talk about the UA side. So when the ATT come in, the effectiveness of UA is much lower. So the margins and etc. And that's when the designers came in and tried to overcome those issues. You know, so this is the eighth Arena. This is the really old game already. That is still successful, still generating a lot of revenue, and it's a cooperation with the Witcher. This is actually done to lower the CPI of the campaigns, and because of that, drive the higher ROAS over the time of the campaigns. Because also it's extending their natural audience to the players that likes Witcher. Also, you have to when designing the match of the IP, you have to be aware that you have to target your right audience. So, for example, when you are seeing Witcher on the UA side, you already know that it is RPG. And you didn't had to go to the store page to know what you can expect from the game. So this is really important. And this is a hint for small players like us, that there are thousands of free IPs to take advantage of. For example, you can make a Roman Empire game, or Robin Hood, King Arthur. Every this is like a free IP that you can utilize to engage your audience. You know. But as I write here, you have to be aware of copyrights, because all big companies are utilizing this as well. For example, Disney. For example, like Robin Hood. There are many movies with Robin Hood, but they are, even if they are not, you know, directly trademarked, the copyrights of the character, that is the look of the character, for example, Hades in Hercules, you know, it's copyrighted, so you have to be aware of that. And another big IP adaptation example, the Snap is the biggest example of 2023, because it introduced lots of IPs within the single game. For example, I don't like the Marvel universe at all, but I really enjoyed the Deadpool movie, and the single character can drive me into their game. So it's wider the audience, and multiplies the UA opportunities, because it has characters for females, it has characters for children, it has characters for more mature audience, etc., etc. And this is the thing that we talked during the pause. So the biggest trend I see right now, and when I did the first time this presentation, it was I called that mid-core under the casual hood. Currently, it's hybrid casual already. You know, I've seen that like a year ago, and currently it's a new trendy different genre, you know, by itself. And as you can see, it utilize. It's the same approach with that was the IP adaptation. For example, you have Doom here, with which is totally casual, but also introduce IP, and it's a mid-core game. after the it's not hardcore, but it's really mid-core game with a lot of gachas, simple mechanics, one touch, etc., etc. But what is the biggest advantage of this casual games is that they have the spend depth of hardcore games, but the CPIs of the casual games. So this is the biggest advantage that actually the companies turned into. And this is the another example of introducing casual mechanics, and I really enjoyed that game because I'm a Forex player actually, but I really admire how did that they overcame with this idea. And what I can see, what I can tell you is this screen is from the UA, you know, and the others are from the actual gameplay. And if you will play this game, it will be just tap into the screen for 15 minutes to play the storyline of the casual characters and turning into drama with a dying grandparent, frozen characters, etc., etc. Dramatic music, frostpunk theme, and a lot of really good things that are driving you to play this game farther and farther and farther. And 15, 20 minutes later, and you have a 4X game with battles, with bubbles, social mechanics, wars, building armies, and many, many more. And so if you have couple $1,000s to spend, I really enjoy this game. I really admire how they overcame this idea to really transform casual player into strategy player. Really good idea. This is I found this really good mechanic in our game. We utilize this very much because it stabilizes the UA ROAS along your player curve. For example, if you see that within day 7 and day 30 you have day 14 you have lower ROAS uplift, you can inject the event targeted within the mechanics that player tend to see within this day 7, day 13 curve. So every player along his journey will see the same event, and so you don't have any more content treadmill, and you generate the content, and this content stays, and our players playing the same events. For example, when I'm doing the UA campaign, when the player comes to our game, he will see all the events that were designed along the last year. If the event didn't perform well, we don't inject it automatically. But if we saw that we had really high spike in revenue, we inject this event, and within the last month, we injected 4 of these events, and 3 are really successful ones, and those events are driving higher ROAS along the UA marketing side. And also, the events are not directly monetization mechanics. They are also, oh, sorry. I will tell it a bit more within the battle passes, okay? So UA creatives adaptation is another strategy concept, and this is again IFK Arena. They are doing everything, you know. They are really good at what they're doing. So he was a Survivor IO concept, and this game have racked all these stores, you know. And later on, everyone copied their UA strategy because it's a really good and low CPI strategy of the marketing. And UA, the Lilith games with AFK Arena found it a really good match because they have RPG game, and they did the same. Like the Survivor IO was a copy of a Vampire Survivors, and this looks almost the same. The mechanics is the same, and UA was exactly the same like a Survivor AO, and this is done to drive lower CPIs, and within the game you can actually see this gameplay mechanic. So if someone downloads the game and see this kind of mechanics in the video, they can enjoy the same gameplay within the game. To not so the expectations of the game from the UA side are the same as the game looks like. This was done already with other games a long time ago, like Hero Wars, for example. They introduced different kind of levels within their game just to drive, the same expectation from the UA they present into the game. And battle passes. This mechanic is really widely adopted. The new companies trying to tweak a lot of things. For example, we are running multiple passes all the time. Like we have battle pass to support another battle pass, and we have every month we have season pass for $25, and along the season pass we have also 4 different weekly events that support this path, this mine pass. So we have like 5 passes every month, and I call them retention mechanic. It's because when you purchase this battle pass, you are not able to complete the battle pass during the single session. You have to play the game every day to complete the task to get the rewards. That's why the rewards on the premium side are really high in value, because they encourage you to play every day. For $10 you get the value of like $100, but you have the retention on the other side. And the players, to complete the battle passes before their ends, they will purchase other packs, to support the gameplay to finish this pass along the side. And there are 2 different kind of players that we see in our game. Yes, yes. Yeah. Not really. I don't think it's scam. My players really enjoy these mechanics because we release a lot of value for them for the small package, and the players are really enjoying this mechanics because they get a lot of like trade coins that they would have to pay $100 for this value. So for example, we introduced, like, we calculated this last time, and it was like 2000% value of the packs on the left side. Possible, I don't know, but it works, you know. And what is what I see in our players? There are 2 types of different people for the battle passes that play this mechanics. There are players who tend to purchase the pack straight away when it came out, and they play along all the content. And there are players who pays this pack before it finish, so they can see how much value they gathered, and after they see this really valuable, they purchase this. So this is really good mechanics for converting and retaining the user for the longer period of time. And also, we didn't test it yet, but we saw this already within the other games. There are push notifications before this ends up to highlight that the player will lose their values that they already worked on, because if they completed 60 levels of the free pass, they also unlocked 60 levels of the premium pass. And if the battle pass will finish, they will lose the value that they have already worked on. So that's the biggest conversion mechanic on this. So they can lose something that they already earned. You know. And social and co-op mechanics. This is nothing new, but it's really getting intense right now. For example, this is the screen from Call of Dragons, and you can't play the game without being in the guild. There is a hard block within the main quest, and we did the same. We introduced the quest. This on our side is actually main side quest, but it gives a lot of value just for joining the guild, because we know that when players joins the guild, they engage much farther and they stay and they make friendships. And yeah, that was my friend, the friend of mine, my coworker, told me that getting people into an alliance is more important to us than getting the money from them. It's really important because uh, I tend to see that friendships is the biggest retention driver. So if you encourage the players to introduce themselves on the chat, to introduce to the guild and social mechanics, you make them to participate in something bigger and make friendships within the game. And you end up with a community that will just come inside your game just to talk with your friends, just to talk with the guys. And this is also the mechanic that drives players to visit your game every day, just for the players and just for social mechanics. And this is Knighthood. I really enjoyed what they did within the game. They created social model. It's like a Facebook for the game. They have the rewards and rankings for the biggest for the in-game journalists. They have the rankings of the history of the players. The people write the all meta, and share their stories within the social model. And it's not only within the game; it's also outside the game. So you can still enjoy the social mechanics, even if you are not in the game directly. So you can chat with the players on the website and talk about everything that you did in the game. And this is something really new and really trendy, and it's I think in the RPG and 4X it's widely adopted right now. It's web shops. It's gives you a possibility to save a lot of margins on the App Store sites, and but there are also the problems that you have overtake. You can't directly promote the web shops in the game, okay, because it's bannable. But it's not something illegal to run the web shop on your site. You can do anything you want. But what it's giving you is you have much lower margins, so your players can receive some kind of bonus. Like, for example, Warpath is giving 5% of every purchase for the player, so they get cheaper offers through the web store. But it's because they don't have to pay 30% margin to the app stores, so they have only 20. So they save directly to 25%. So the revenue is much bigger, and also there is no such a thing like a limit to $100. I think that App Store already have higher values packages, but I saw the biggest packages that I saw on the web store was like $2,000 or something like that, and players paid it, you know. And with I won't market any web shop directly, but there are already ready solutions for that. So this is really low effort. But you have to be aware that your social have to be strong if you want to, because somehow you have to drive players to purchase the packages through your web store. And this can be done only if your social is really strong, if your players will find that site. So you have to somehow market this web shop, like news. You have to make a landing page. You have to create some community there, like encourage them, like, I don't know, free secret codes every day on the website or something like that. And if you have social, this will just turn with on the chat, and people will talk about it, and you will have a higher purchases through the store from your main audience, your main players. And our approach, the game is never finished. You can tweak the game all the time. You can fix all the chokes within the game. And how do we do that? We try to identify the current issues within the game. We make priorities on the lowest effort and try to find the biggest changes. And we introduce A/B tests for certain groups, for countries, for different audiences, etc. It's really important to A/B test everything, because whenever I did A/B tests, it turned out different than I thought. It almost 100% differently. Currently, we are running the test that I thought that we will have higher retention, and we have 30% higher revenue, but retention is like 5% lower. So, and we don't know how it will behave in the long term, because if the retention is lower, it can have overall lower revenue. So currently we see revenue from day 0 to day 7, but what about long-term retention and long-term revenue? This is really important to test this. Basic requirements, data analytics, A/B testing solutions. We use Firebase and also BigQuery, because Firebase is giving you an option to select few KPIs, but you have to know why this KPI behave differently than you thought. And I will showcase you how do we do it further. Established communication channels with the player base is really important, because if something bad is going on, you will know really quickly. Full stack designer or dedicated team is for the live ops, because you have to create some worlds, and within our architecture we create like small puzzles, because we have RPGs, we create worlds, and to create worlds we have to have many mechanics that designer could plug into a game. We've designed so many puzzles that currently just the block is only the imaginations. Sometimes we have to hack something, tweak something, but we didn't have a block for last year, introducing new content into the game. Like we did fishing, we did guild bosses, we did runners, we did harvesting. Currently we will do farming, etc. Many different things, and you don't have to make a build to do that. That's really important. And this is how to identify the problems. So you have to be data driven. And that's how we do A/B testing. For example, we choose the KPI that it's really bad for us. For example, we want to have higher retention on day 7 because we have high retention on day 1, but day 7 really sucks. And for example, we want to have higher ROAS within day 30 to day 60, for example, or day 7 to day 14, because the ROAS there is getting flat. And this is a simple example of how to analyze the funnel of your users during the very first funnel. For example, we did a lot of tests, and in April, we did a big launch with new graphics, etc., etc. And in the United States, we had improved the day 1 retention from 28% to 41%. But currently, it's really low. We didn't know why. We introduced so many things starting from April till now, so we had to analyze everything from scratch because the game changed drastically. And we did it's just a data studio looker, BigQuery, and a lot of events. So we have an event quest climb, and we analyze. We have the parameter with quest ID, and we just export the database from the game, data from the game with the name of the quest, and we export the BigQuery events for the quest. And we do the funnel. And later on, we just check how many players live on the certain quest. And because of that, we directly can see, for example, 16% players live in the certain in a concrete quest. And when we will fix that, we will have, like, I don't know, instead of 49%, we will have 55. And we try to make this funnel as flat as possible to drive the most user to the late game where we have really high spend depth. And for example, we also analyze the when we are doing A/B tests, we also analyze what sells and how do we sell things. So we know exactly if we are doing some kind of starter packs tweaks, how this affect the other packs, because if you do only the test for the certain KPI, for example, currently we were doing tests for retention, but the KPIs of the purchasing, like I told you, changed drastically, and we have to ask us why. And it's because we changed the early flow of the gameplay. So when, for example, there is a quest to craft the dagger, and in normal flow, only 20% of people were finishing. The most valuable users were finishing this quest. So we changed this, we pivoted the game, and currently 70% of people are equipping dagger in our game. And this turns out with Dungeon Starter Pack selling 240% higher. And currently even more. It's out. So you have to deep dive. Even if you're running A/B tests, you have to understand directly what is happening below the data, not only the KPI, because it can directly, if you're testing day 7, it can also affect your day 60. And for example, we identify the problem and we solve it. So for example, low retention day 1 to day 7, we change the graphic style, and we, like I told you, in April, we did this test and improved from 28% to 41% in United States. Currently it's lower, so it's not 41. flat day 30 LTV curve. So we introduced many social mechanics, guild dungeons, guild bosses, everything that requires a lot of people in the same time within the game. To start the battle with the guild boss, the guild leader have to open the boss. He has to purchase the scroll to open the boss, but all the players have to earn firstly the pack for the purchase of the leader. And the same is with different dungeons. For example, to open the dungeon, guild dungeon, leader have to open it for the 1 hour. So the whole guild have to be within this 1 hour to play the dungeon. And this is done to encourage people to be within the same time within the game, to introduce the friendships. And this works really well because we have a guild with 50 spots, and we have one guy who is playing already the game for 2.5 years, and he runs 10 guilds. 10 guilds. He's a leader of 10 guilds. He has 10 accounts with 10 guilds, and he's operating this. He has academies for the academies, etc., etc. And it's so deep that, and he's also our tester, you know. Yeah. And too low spend depth. This is really important for the RPGs. And even if we are currently running they only events for day one in the marketing, you know, like UA, you still have to get a lot of dev spent within the game created. So along the day 90 period of time, the players can spend the amount of money they want to, you know. So we have direct purchase revenue leaderboards for the players, and we see all the time the same people that they're spending a lot of money. And you can enter our game and see the top patrons leaderboard, and they don't care about that we are just showcasing how much they spent within our game, you know. They really enjoyed actually this, because we introduced mechanic that if he is a top payer, he stays, for example, in the queue for the food in the food wagon, in the mechanics so the players, you know, have a gameplay to cook the food for the top patron, you know. And this is the gameplay mechanics only introduced to showcase the profiles of the characters on the world of minor settlement. And how do we also increase the spend depth? We have open trading. We have trade market, in which the players introduce their own value of the items. We have everything randomized, like we have random statistics with different kind of things. And if someone has a god roll, you know, it's valued a lot of money. And this value is only because, for example, when we are introducing the skin, there is no skin right here, but you can see this. Oh yeah, there are skins here. So if we are introducing those skins in the event, for example, in the season pass for the only 30 days, this skin is still available on the open market. The players purchase the skin in the season pass for $25, but on the open market, it's valued like $300, a single item, because it's valued based on the trade coins. So they sell, for example, for 10,000 for 10,000 trade coins, and we sell 3,000 for $100. And this is something that if someone wants to purchase the skin, he has to purchase the trade coins from us or earn this. But it's impossible to earn 10,000 trade coins for free, you know. So you have to purchase this from us, and that's how people and the players generates the spend depth for us, because they it's their value of the items. And this is win-win, because if someone sells this skin, he earned 10,000 trade coins. But we earned this from the real dollars. And CPI increasing, so we are introducing the hobbies like IPs. Fishing is the biggest hobby on the world. So it was the first choice of ours to introduce the fishing. And with the custom store paging, for example, it's even better right now, because we are creating the campaign with custom shop showcasing the fishing mechanic, and player can enjoy actually fishing within the first session. And they have the funnel of the marketing will start from the creative, from the ESO, and enjoying the same mechanics that we showcased on the on the UA side. But along this, they also have to play the RPG. But they have the hobby that they like, and there are many hobbies like books, cooking. This is the most known hobbies. Mythologies, man, like you can directly, everyone can say who is he, or Minotaur. This is mythology. And too low revenue, real life events, Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Santa, Easter, Halloween, a lot of things. If you want to have higher revenue during the time, enjoy, like engage the player for the real-time events. It's because people tend to prepare for the celebration of the events. So, for example, when you will do the Halloween in January, nobody will, enjoy it, because nobody have to expect it. Nobody prepared for that. The same with Santa. If you will see the Santa within the game during I don't know, February, you won't enjoy that, because when the Santa is coming, you prepare for the celebration of this event, and be the first one who encourage this. For example, we introduced the Santa at 6th, and it lasted for the whole December. And we during this is the spike on the first day of introducing the Santa. When we had really low budget UI marketing, we earned like $7,000. And how it ends up, so we have battle passes for battle passes, like three at the moment, that generates these are the points for the main battle pass. We have fishing, we have fishing screens, we have bosses with dungeons, we have battle, many things, and everything subsumes to the one very good message, like this is a good chat room game with a nice background RPG, so social beats everything. That's the main goal, to drive the community higher. Yeah, that's just the summary. So if it's harder to get new users, your users have more value, so you have to retain them. Game design trends to change drastically over the last 2 years. Less gacha, more retain mechanics. I think gacha is still really good, but you have to be aware of the legal things, etc. Games tend to put more focus on the quality, and this is really important. Currently, you have Diablo Immortal, you have Torchlight, you have Genshin Impact, you have many really good AAA quality games. So if you have to, you want to compete with them, you have to have niche and really good quality. Hybrid monetization is adopted much more often. Yeah, hybrid casuals, as we talked already. Cross-platform is a new trend. We also are on the Steam already, and there are a lot good KPIs. I really admire to already design the games for as many platforms as you can. Live operations are never an ending journey. The importance of live operation continues to grow each year, particularly with the challenges of user post-ATT. And this is also really important because the cost of developing new games is so high that you have to already design the game for years. Because if you will have successful title, I think you won't have any more successful titles for the next few years. Okay. Introducing new games, if it's not, of course not hybrid casuals, really small titles that you can create like dozens of within the 3 months, are really costful, yeah, and getting more and more costful with developers, salaries, etc. Small players have to take advantage of quick iterations. Yeah, as a small player, we don't. We have to iterate as quickly. We can iterate as quickly as possible because that's the biggest advantage in comparison to big companies, that we can develop the things really quickly. Games lives longer with every year, and that's it. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed.